This is the Rozia Pro electric razor for men. I got it off of Amazon for just under 40 bucks. I'm not sure why the brand is not listed, but it is Rozia Pro, but for some reason it says V Smooth, but it's not V Smooth. I'm not sure if V Smooth and Rozia are associated, but it is definitely Rozia Pro if you decide you want to order one for yourself. So I got this 1 week ago. I got this last Tuesday and today is Tuesday. So it has been 7 days. I did not expect this to come charged straight out of the box, but it was. As soon as it came out of the box, I turned it on and thought I was going to have to charge it. But it was ready to go just like this. So my head had been shaven by my clippers 2 days prior to getting this in the mail. So I thought I would just run it over and I would hardly even notice a difference because my hair seemed to be pretty close before. But as soon as I just ran it over one time, I noticed it got way closer. Probably the closest shave I've ever had. So I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate that on camera for you so you'll see it for yourself. So I was not expecting this to be so good for being just under 40 bucks because the others were between 80 to 120. And I just thought that was a bit too steep. I wasn't sure if it really worked much better than the clippers I was already using. But I thought, hey, I'll go ahead and take a risk for 40. Better to lose 40 bucks if it doesn't work rather than 80 to 100. So I started using this, and this probably has given me the closest shave from any razor I've used. I don't use the hand razors. I don't use the Bic razors and just go. I've always used clippers. So I wanted to see if there was something available that were a little easier to handle than the clippers and something that could get my whole head shaved quicker because it doesn't take that long with the clippers, but I would still like to find something quicker. So I can get my whole head shaved in under 2 minutes with this thing. And this thing is light. It's only a pound, so it's a lot easier to maneuver around when you start getting to the back. Whereas when you're using the clippers, it strains your shoulder after a while. And then it's hard to see. It's hard to get everything back there, but this makes it a whole lot easier. And there's no strain on your shoulder. It's very light. It's very easy to maneuver around. So let me go ahead and demonstrate it and show you. You just click this here. Turn it on. Now you see, now this is pretty close, right? This is pretty close. Turn it off. Like I said, I used this 1 week ago, 7 days ago. So this is 7 days worth of stubble. Like I said, it is already pretty short as is. I could leave it like this for a little while if I wanted. Now keep in mind, this is for maintenance. If your hair is thick or if your stubble is really thick, you should just use clippers. And then you should maintain with this so that you don't have to use the clippers very often. So you can use this every 3 or 4 days, maybe once a week, and you will no longer need to use your clippers if you do that. If you forget to shave it and you let your stubble get really thick, you might want to use the clippers. But if not, just use this. And it may even be able to cut through thick stubble. I'm not sure. I just think this is more for maintenance. But I think this makes cutting your hair and keeping it maintained. I think this will make it a whole lot easier than having to plug in clippers and then having to go all the way back. Because like I said, when you go all the way back, it's hard to see everything, and that takes a few minutes. What you're usually doing, or at least with me, is when I've got the clippers back there, my shoulder starts straining. I'm trying to get everything back. I mean, I've got a mirror when I'm in the bathroom. You don't need to look in the mirror in the bathroom with this. I mean, yeah, it could help, but you could actually just do this without even hardly looking, and you're going to get basically everything. That's how much easier this thing is. I do advise looking in a mirror though, but I'm saying if on the run you don't have a chance, you don't have to go through all the trouble you do of plugging your clippers in the bathroom and getting everything in order, and there's no mess because the hairs go into the razor. Now I have not yet cleaned this thing out, but apparently you just snap this thing off and rinse it under the faucet and it'll easily clean everything out, then you put it back. Now I only had this a week, so I have not had this a long time, so I can't tell you how good this thing is going to be longevity wise. I imagine that it's going to last a while because it feels very well constructed. And it's very light in the hand, like I said. It feels very well done, and it works. Like I said, I think this cuts closer than any clippers I've ever used. This is giving me the closest shave, and that's why last week, like I said, I thought I was going to run it through. I didn't think I'd even notice a difference, but I noticed it right away. I think this is closer I've ever had anything before. So if you're like me, if you're bald and you just consistently shave your head, this is definitely worth getting. So enough of my rambling. Let me go ahead and show it. Let's go ahead and see. Let's see how thick it is here. See how thick it is here. And my head looks very clean, but there is some stubble on there. You can't really see. It's not very visible on camera, but it's there. But let's go ahead and see. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's look at that. Oh, that's very close. Very close. Now, come over to this side. See the difference? God only made a few perfect heads, and the rest he covered with hair. He said, Gary, your head's too perfect. I can't cover it up with hair. I'm going to have to take your hair away. So I told him, okay. So then God gave me this to shave it with. He said, Gary, I need for you to shave your head with the perfect pair of clippers so that everyone can see how beautiful your head is. So everyone can see how beautiful my creation is. I said, okay, God, I will be obedient to your will. Let me get this. This is not hurt at all. It is kind of like a massager, actually. It does not hurt. It feels pretty comfortable. So when I was looking at this, I was wondering if maybe it would be uncomfortable to shave with, but it's not at all. It feels good. So I'm getting this. Now I'm going to go and get the back. Like I said, you see how this would, when you're holding the clippers and it's plugged in and vibrating, my shoulder starts straining. Right now, my shoulder doesn't feel any kind of strain at all because this thing is so light. So I'm going over. Okay, take it over to the other side. And I'm just going in circles back here. Now I am going to have to take a mirror and make sure the neck is lined up. Go ahead and get the head here some more. I'm pretty much done. I'm just going over this to be safe, but it feels like I'm done. Yeah, I don't feel anything. This is the closest shave I've ever had with clippers. It's as close as it's going to get without taking a big razor to it. And I've never taken a big razor to my head. I don't ever want to. I just prefer clippers. Then to cut closer around here, you could use a beard trimmer. But they have a little trimmer right here. Let's pull that out just like that. Turn that on. You can get right here. Get that lined up. As you see, there's no little hairs going all over the place because the hairs actually are sucked into here somehow. I'm not even sure how that works, but there's no hair. So you don't even have to run and take a shower afterwards to get all the little hairs off of your head. So you can be out in the public. You could keep this in your glove box in your car and just do this on the go. And you don't have to worry about hairs getting all over your neck and all over your shirt. Okay, so we got it there. Got it there. So that shaved after 7 days of stubble, and it is very close. Okay, so there is hair on here, so this needs to be wiped off. And like I said, when it arrived, I pulled it straight out of the box. I went to go charge it up because I thought, hey, you need to charge this for a few hours before it starts working. But I just thought I'd turn the power on. It turned right on, and it was fully charged. And so I just used it, and I have not charged it since. That was a week ago. So it's just been sitting in the box for a week. I pulled it back out and just got another shave. The battery still seems to be going, so I know I have to charge it eventually, but it seems like it's good to go for a while. This comes with a few attachments. I have not even opened these attachments because honestly, I don't really care about the attachments. I think this is a trimmer, probably around your ears or something. A few different combs or guards or whatever. Some face massage thing or something. I don't know. I'm probably not going to use these. And you charge it through your USB. So it comes with a USB power cord. And then a nose and ear trimmer. And a little brush. I'm going to go ahead and use this brush. Yeah, this brush is getting the hairs pretty good. So some of the hairs do not actually go inside. Some of them just stay close on the razor. But that hair has come off. And just put it in here. I'll go ahead and dump that in the trash. But it's very easy cleanup. Much easier than doing it with the clippers and getting hair all over your sink, all over the counter, and having to clean it up, which I mean isn't a big deal, but this is still much easier. Okay, so as I was cleaning this out, I just realized, because I'm a genius, that the reason there's more hair on here today than there was last week when I first used it was because today I shaved 7 days worth of stubble, whereas last week I shaved 2 days worth of stubble. So there was a good bit more hair this time around. So the longer you wait to shave, the more hair you're going to have, which is common sense. But when I used this after only having 2 days worth of stubble, I did see a noticeable difference, even though I did not think I was going to, and there was hardly any stubble going onto the razor or coming off. I just noticed I do have some hair that needs to be washed off, so I am going to have to take a shower to get it off. Whereas last week when I did it, I didn't need to take a shower afterwards because there was no hair sticking anywhere on my head or on the razor. So if you were to use this, say every 2, 3, maybe even every 4 days, you may not even need to clean up after anything. But the longer you wait, if you wait a week like I just did, then yeah, you're going to need to clean it up afterwards. But it's not a big deal. It's still easier than the clippers all the way around regardless. So it comes with this cap for the razor attachment here. And just put it up. So I just used this last week, and after it worked so well, I said I need to do a review for this and let other people know about it. So that's about it. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. God bless.